Stand by. My guest to be here shortly. Happy New Year. First live in 2022. So I'll be having a conversation with T-Boy T Dizzy in a couple of minutes. Just stand by. Stressed by the world, now a child, women know who's amazed, and they can go easy out for mega, lady of the body, everlasting king, yeah, I know. Alright, everybody, what a big deal. Listen now, if you feel make a big move. Listen now, come on, listen to the good news. You can make it if you got you. Alright, everybody, what a big deal. Listen now, if you feel make a big move. Listen now, come on, listen to the good news. You can make it if you got you. 1, 2, let them feel the flow like zip. Christ is the risen king, oh yeah. Billion souls in the armies. Listen one, take him on 2. Listen one, take him on 3. Listen one, take him on billion souls in the winning team. Billion souls in the winning team. 1, 2, let them feel the flow like zip. Christ is the risen king, oh yeah. Billion souls in the army. Listen one, take him on 2. Listen one, take him on 3. Esther, how are you doing? Billion souls in the winning team. Billion souls in the winning team. Stand by, I'm waiting for my guest. I'll be having a conversation with T-Boy in a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, T-Boy is here. Listen now, if you finna make a big move. Listen now, come on, listen to the good news. You can make it if you got you. Alright, everybody, what a big deal. Listen now, if you finna make a big news. You can make it if you got you. Alright, everybody, what a big deal. Listen now, if you finna make a big move. Listen now. Wisitamika.
Mwibanzi.
Mwakatia mushe.
Akachebwino mabosi ya nezinaiwala meeting yatu lero endenishi nifungo rushing ila somewhere.
Naona tena I know pangani maafu yafunika.
Muntu afuna kupanga vintu.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since we got up last time last year. How many months have you been out of Zambia now? Like how many months have you been in the US?
I've been here 6 months, but last year I only spent 3 months in Zambia. Because I was here.
Yes.
Yeah, so from January I was in Zambia. February, the whole lot of February I was out.
Yeah.
March I was out. I went to Zambia on the 14th of April. So
Yeah.
April and May I was in Zambia.
Yeah.
June, then I left in July 12th. So I was in Zambia exactly 3 months last year.
When did you have that episode with COVID? Was it around June?
It was December.
Oh, okay.
December, I was actually supposed to travel in December. No, in January 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I canceled the flight because, you know, I needed to test negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how has it been settling in the US? Last I checked, you're working on your license. I can see you're driving. You got your license.
No, you see, getting a license here is even the first time I've been, you know, coming to the US like 4 years now. So do you know that you can actually drive with a Zambian license here in Florida? So pretty much the time that I was here, I was driving with a Zambian license, but you can only do that if you're only 1 month old here.
Yeah.
Yeah, after 1 month, then if they catch you, you are in for it, you know, unless you have an international driver's license. So I got because now I'm a Florida resident, so I had to get the Florida driver's license. So I got the foreigner's driver's license sometime last year. Must have been, when was that? August. August. That's when I got the Florida driver's license. And if you have a Zambian driver's license, all you get to do is they check how many years you've been driving back home. Once they do that, then they give you a test, a written test. So if you pass the written test, I think it comes with 60 marks. So if you get 40, is it 40? No, if you get 50, anything above 50, then they take you on the road. So when they take you on the road, they want to see how confident you are with, driving. Once they see that you're good, nishtukwasi. When Angoma and Biliranga to Ambaku, they'll give you a learner's driver's license. After that, that's when they'll give you vija vinango kapani vijana vya bama walembesa wantu vija. But I didn't get to do all that because I've been driving for a while back home.
During our last conversation, you had not yet put out your album, Visit Jamaica, but now it's out. How has it been on the streaming platforms? How has it been performing?
It's been good. Not exactly where I want it to be, but it's been good. We thank God for the response. And even on my website, today I also received a money also, because people are able to buy my music off my website. So whenever somebody buys music on my website, it gets to there's a platform that we call Flutterwave. So Flutterwave will compile the monies together and then they send it to me once it reaches a schedule that they allow.
It's like a monthly thing, or it depends on the threshold that you have to hit.
The threshold depends on even 2 days. Like the first days when my album came out, 2 days they send you the money as long as you're quite an threshold.
I wanted to pick your brain. There's been this thing that has dominated the industry the past, I would say, 3 months, where Zambian artists are streaming exclusively to Boomplay. That deal. What's your view of that? I've heard different perspectives where guys are apprehensive about to say it's a free platform compared to iTunes and other Spotify. What's your view on that? The exclusive Boomplay deal.
I don't know the deals that they've really made, but all I would say is congratulations to them if they've made sensible deals. If they've not made sensible deals, also, I don't think I would speak about anybody. I have my album on Boomplay too, and I have my album on almost all the platforms. I would love to tell you, do you know that last month when you saw me with Spice and Mr. Killer, do you know that last month I was almost signed to something very, very big around here?
Okay.
But the issue was about intellectual property rights. I was supposed to give out all my rights that have been, the songs that I've put out for the past 16 years. For me, that didn't sit well with me. And because they wanted to be controlling me, and which is a good thing, they wanted to be, they wanted to say, okay, we want to rebrand you and we want to make you make money over here. I was going to make headlines in Zambia. Everywhere else, people were going to get excited. But for me, I looked at the future. What happens if I die today, bro? What happens today if I died? Where will Tamika get the money from? If I have exclusive, if I give somebody rights to own my rights and release all my songs, and then I shouldn't sell to anybody else, what will my child benefit, bro? Have you seen that the Pongozis, the PK Chishalas, all their children have been failing to reproduce their music because their fathers sold their rights and they didn't even know. I can't blame them. They didn't even know that they were, they signed up contracts that will not make them make the money. But bro, we go to school so we understand these things. We go to school so we learn about these things. We go to school so we can be aware of these things. A contract will look very nice, yes, but you sell out your rights, it means you've sold out yourself. That is the same way when people say they sell out your life to the devil. That's what they mean. Because I'll give you an example. 2020, a song that I did in 2019, and it's played the Njota song. Because a company called Pepsi liked the song, but they wanted an idea of the Njota water. They
Yes.
wanted to make water out of the Njota, not because I don't know anyway, but they made water, a brand of water called Njota.
Mm-hmm.
They linked up with me. They said, "Yo, T, we want to make this brand called Njota. It's not related to your song, but we are offering you this much." Do you know how much they
Yeah.
ended up paying me? They ended up paying me 150,000
Wow.
kwacha.
Just want to use the Njota connotation.
Just the name, bro. Not even that they were going to use the adverts and stuff like that. Now, when you sign an exclusive contract like the one I was supposed to sign, which I would
Yeah.
have made headlines, what you do is in the contract they say that you are selling even the brand name. So
Yes.
even your
Yes.
name, you can't do
Become
anything else minus going through the people that uh, um, have
a
the
control.
rights for a stipulated time. So they said
Yes.
4 years. And I looked at 4 years and I said, I've been working hard. Why don't you start? My argument was, why don't we start on the project that, we want to do, me and Joe? Why do you have to touch my other
Yes.
intellectual property rights?
Yes.
So they said,
Yes.
no, but we are talking about exclusivity, not only with this new music that you want to put out, but we are talking
Uh-huh.
about even yourself. Then when you
Yes.
ask them about down payment, they were not saying anything, but they said, no, we're going to do this and that. And it's a big company, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we're going to
See.
do this and that. Then I said to myself, okay, these people think, yes, because I'm desperate and because I'm from Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, at the back of my
You're
mind,
thinking of.
or at the back of their minds, are thinking, nah, no, he's just going to be excited.
Yes.
Then I went and I saw how they live lives. I saw the things and stuff like that. Then I saw, okay, this is beautiful, but I can't sign an exclusive contract. I have the messages, but I can't take them anyway. It would be bad blood on my side,
Yes.
but they're
Yes.
good people. So on
Yeah.
exclusivity, for me,
It
I
didn't sit
don't
well.
think it doesn't sit well because then it means you will never own that project the
Yes.
whole lot of the life.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's all got to do with what you're really looking for. We are musicians, but we do different things, bro. I can't tell somebody what to do. Other people have, their own reasons of doing certain things. They're looking for numbers. They're looking for something that is going to jumpstart their career right there and then. So we have different reasons why we do certain things. So you can't say, no, why did you do this? This was bad. But for me, exclusivity is something that I don't deal with.
I wanted to pick your brain also. How did the link up with Spice and Mr. Killer come about, and you been backstage doing their performance?
I I I've been talking with Mr. Killer for a long time. He's a very good man. We've been talking
Yeah.
with him for a long time, and there's stuff that he wants to help me out with.
Yeah.
God willing, we'll get something going. So Mr. Killer
Yeah.
is known out here in Zambia and Africa. Is not as famous as he is here, but he's very, very famous around here.
Okay.
Right now, they are working on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Maybe God willing, maybe you hear one or two songs of mine on that show playing. We'll see how it goes. Not
Nice.
promising anything. So he called me. I was at the hotel. We had a chat with him.
Yeah.
So he took me around. He took me, and I was, when I met Spice, I was like, okay, let me calm myself down, because I'm a musician too. I just need to,
Yeah.
um,
Cool.
you know,
Act cool.
at school. I almost said I want to take a photo so I show my people back home, but I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna keep my cool. So I was just busy taking to my random videos here and there, because I know these things are coming. For me, it's not all about the excitement. It's all about what is it that I can put out. When I was putting
Yeah.
out this album, what I really, really wanted was, and I hadn't stayed here for a long time, so I kind of like have a feel of what they want. But
True.
something that was going on my mind was I didn't want to make up an album that would sound like a Nigerian album or an album that would sound like a Jamaican album, because I'm
Yeah.
not from Jamaica. In as much as I
True.
love dancehall music, I can't represent another country. I need to
True.
represent where I come from. So I mixed Kalindula with dancehall music and with hip hop and with R&B. I see a lot
Yeah.
of people, even the people that were not even sharing my album, they've begun copying my sound. You know,
Yeah.
they've begun
Yeah.
copying my sound, and I'm just looking like, oh, so you pay attention to what I do, yeah? Even if you
They're
act like you
watching from
don't.
the back. They are watching, but they don't
Mm.
want to give credit.
Yeah, but they can't come out. Yeah, it's been difficult on my part to promote that because I'm not in Zambia, you know. You can only promote
Yes.
music well if you are in the country. And for
Yeah.
me, you know what has been killing me is promotion has been very difficult on my part because this past the past I would say the past 7 years, I can count the number of times I've been to radio or TV.
Yeah.
The reason is because I was working from the southern province then. You remember when I was working for the government and they sent me in the southern province?
Yeah.
So after working there for 5 years, that's when they brought me back. So I worked in Lusaka again for 3 years. But it was difficult. I worked at the most busiest depot in the country. This is like the heart of FRA. So it was
Yeah.
difficult for me to even get a chance to even go to radio stations. You would make an
Right.
appointment, but it's busy at work. So you can't
Yeah.
even go out there. So that's where, these are some of the difficult things that you can meet as a person when you're a musician and you also do certain things. It's
Yeah.
always nice to, if you're a
When you're
musician, you're
put
just a
on.
musician and chase music alone.
Yeah.
But again, it's not all of us that, continuously make that money. When I was younger, bro, like 2008, we made money, but we were young. 2009, we
Yeah.
made money, we were young. 20 up to 2010, 2012. 2012, I made a studio. That studio, I decided to start recruiting musicians, and just empowering young musicians. That was the biggest mistake that I ever made. And the biggest mistake that I ever made was to move out of Lusaka when I got transferred to the southern province. Because then,
Okay.
even when I have a show, I wouldn't travel for the show.
Yeah.
The other mistake that I made was concentrating on producing other people more than I
Your
was
own stuff.
concentrating on doing my own things. But
So,
the mind that I
but,
had was so that we can, because we signed up so many musicians under Busy Baila. I
yes.
owned Busy Baila International with Tishon.
Yeah.
So the issue was to make a stronger team that is gonna represent all of us and make sure that all of us go very far.
When one is
So
down, you can
then when I
control
went to the southern,
it. The entire brand goes up. That was the idea.
yeah, but when I went to the southern province, then it became very tricky. So 2013, I only released one song. 2014, I never released nothing the entire year. So in 2013, I only released one song. Imagine, I had paid
Yeah.
for 4 videos. Where's more, the idiot that I paid for, I remember I gave him 12,000 kwacha that time. He only did one video for me and then disappeared. And even me, because I was in the southern province, it was very
Yeah.
difficult for me to deal, to
Okay.
continue making videos and stuff like that also. Yeah, so that's where I fell off the radar. But if you can follow from 2008, 2009, let me say 20, because I released my first album in 2006. Though it was a flop, 2007, that's when I did Matuziwa. So
What
after
was
doing
it?
Matuziwa, 2008, that's when people accepted that song after taking it to radio for 1 year and people
Yeah.
rejected it.
We're sleeping on
Yeah.
it.
That's been my story, bro. That's been
Uh,
that's been my story.
what was the concept behind Mumani Konda? Like, was that a true story, or it was just writing from stories that you hear about?
No, it wasn't a true story. It was my nephew came up to me and he was telling me how people, because he's a lawyer now, how people are busy calling on him and stuff like that. So I just laughed. And that's where the idea of the song came from. So when I did that song, unfortunately, people feel like, oh no, that's the life that he went through and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Others
No,
feeling
I remember
pity on me.
even asking
No, I
about
didn't
it
go through that life.
one time.
Even
I
when I
asked you.
say even when I say tenzo vutika ko sikuti tinavutika ija maningi na kombo ni ngaibonka hapo like monk. I would lie.
Yeah.
Me, I'm from the farm. I've lived all my life in the farm. in Chiwombo, not farm ya mauzu, nyumba ya mauzu, yeah. Farm na fridge ilipo, farm na phone ilipo, farm na mamoto katina bado abambuye banga, wanagula moto gaya ya number 1 mu 1961. So not farm at farm ya mauzu, farm kulibe malaiti, ne natu hapa farm pali malaiti na mauzu, it's evident. Ask anyone that is from Chiwombo, they'll tell you Chenda Ba. That's where I come from. PO Box number 5. Phone number, I still have it in my head from the 80s.
So
2740 2740. Huh?
I'm saying you just story Manikonda is not your story.
That's not my story, bro. That's not my story. It's how fake people are. It's a story about how people will love you when they see that you have a little something. And even now, there's so many people that even when I started working, I became a musician. A lot of people came to me. So not exactly the way we made it look on the video that I went through. That wasn't me. You know, some of the family members were calling me. So you feel this bad? What? I'm like, no, man. Why would I sing a song like that? And then if I'm the one that was going through that, why would I sing a song like that? Yeah, so I called the person that was supposed to be on that video. Do you know that it was Mutale Mwanza?
In place of Kenny Dumbo?
Playing like me, yes. So I paid Mutale Mwanza actually 10,000 kwacha for filming like me. So what happened is she became busy. You know, she became busy and Vama issues yake vijavapa media, and she told me, yo, T, there's just so much that is happening with me, so I won't be able to film. And the idea with me was I wanted to film a song. I didn't want to film it here because it was gonna remove the originality.
Yes.
How, you know, it was gonna remove the originality. Imagine all the acting, all the whatsoever that we put on that video. How was it gonna look like? So then I got stuck when they told me, yo, T, I can't do this. I was thinking, who do I replace? So I
you refund the money.
Huh?
And that's how I refund.
She sent me back the money. She sent me back the money. She says, yo, T, I'm not able, you know, I'm not going to be able to do that video. That video costed me a lot, bro. That's how much I love music. That video costed me something like 27,000. You know, last year alone, I spent close to about 140 on music videos, bro.
Videos? Wow.
Yes, 140,000 on music videos.
You believe in your craft, indeed.
I love music. The same way I don't drink, bro. I don't drink, I don't smoke. The same way people use their money on dope, on other stuff. That's the way I spend my money gladly. Very happy, you know, to spend my money on music videos.
After Mutale Mwanza, how did you settle for Kenny Dumbo? Or was there someone else that was supposed to be in place of Kenny Dumbo?
It was crazy because time was ticking. So I always wanted to film with Kenny Dumbo. You know, before he became the comedy guy, he used to sing and we used to talk. And you tell me how he wanted to film, and also tell him, I love your. So, I settled on him because I wanted somebody to dress up exactly like me. And that's what we were going to do even on Mutale Mwanza. Mutale Mwanza was going to dress up exactly just like me. You know, my same dress code and stuff like that. So we made it up. When I was explaining this to Chichi Ice, Chichi Ice didn't quite get the concept of the video. So I'm telling him, we're going to make a video where I'm not there, but a person that is going to film to represent me, you know. And then he goes like, what's the whole essence of spending so much on a video that
you're not going to be in? Seems like the internet is lagging either from my end or from the US. I think I'm not lagging. It's T-Boy that's lagging. Is mobile. So when he gets to a place where he has network, it's going to get back online. But right now, his system is buffering. So let's wait for a couple of minutes before we shut it down and see if you'll be able to get back online.